Hello, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Front Mission. So, as you saw there, there are a few small sort of continuity problems in that part of Front Mission 5. You actually see Hell's Wall go down, but it's inside Freedom City. And in what we just saw with the Canyon Crows, the battle actually took place outside the city. And that was also indicated on the strategic map in the USN scenario. That the line where they were holding Hell's Wall was actually outside of Freedom City. So why did they do that? Well, I think it's pretty safe to say it had something to do with just budget constraints. I'd imagine they probably didn't have time to mock up a whole area just for that one scene. Even though it is an important scene, the Canyon Crows don't really figure into the story of Front Mission 5 all that much. Anyway, so yeah, we saw that Walter and company had to pull back after the, after winning some fights in the middle of Freedom City, which actually that map is fairly accurate to the map of Freedom City we saw earlier in the USN campaign. So it's not totally without merit what they did in Front Mission 5. But yeah, so Walter won some battles. They used some traps to keep the OCU forces at bay, but they were forced to retreat under orders to fall back to Mill River, which is where we actually fought the Canyon Crows during Kevin's scenario way back. Alright, so yeah, that was when they were on recon before the whole Larkus incident went down. Alright, so let's see what happens to Kevin as Walter is pulling back here. Uh-oh. So yeah, really nothing much to say about that mission. It's pretty easy. So this is what would have happened to Walter's company if they had stuck around. So, interestingly, the command is even different from what we saw in the Front Mission 5 scenario. Now, was the command revised because maybe the situation changed? It's a little bit hard to say. Could maybe chalk it up to the fog of war. It's the Canyon Crows! Royd, of course, is aggro as hell. So, Kevin, as usual, man ruled by emotion. Johnny, as usual, level-headed. For Matthew and Johnny, and of course Kevin, it must be a bit of a shock considering that was their unit. So we've got something in common with Gina now. We've lost some important people to us, to the Canyon Crows. Although I guess the Black Hounds were technically executed by OCU regulars, not the Canyon Crows, even if it was the Canyon Crows that led the offensive. Alright, so yeah, I think I will leave it here for this episode. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I'm a little bit fuzzy on what happens next, but the next mission is going to be an OCU mission, so if I need to add an addendum to this, I will, but otherwise I will see you shortly with the next OCU mission. It's getting a bit late here, so it'll probably be a day or two after this video goes up, but you know, maybe within 2016 I'll be done with the whole Freedom City battle. We mostly got it over with. Yeah. So I will see you next time, and I hope you've enjoyed this batch of videos.